The next thing I would like to show you is how to create your RL levels on your floor plan. So to do this, you have to first get the information on what is actually the RL level for your ground floor. Usually you will be given this information by the surveyor, but since this is your school assignment, then you will have to get it from your design teachers. Now, I remember last time for the stage 3 project, they were using the RL level of 10,750. So I'm just going to stick with that number, and I'll show you how to set this up. Look, the RL could be any level, but again, as long you have that level, then everything will be fine. Okay, so step one, to set up your RL level, you have to go to the top menu, go to options, go project preferences, and in here you will find something called reference levels. So if you click on this, in here you have the project preferences, and then what you will see in here is basically the preset names that you can actually use to set up your RL levels. Now, just to let you know, the first one is the default project 0, and again, it usually grayed out and it would not let you do anything. But if you take a look at the first reference level, the second reference level, or the C level, these are basically just the preset names. So you can actually override that with, let's say, RL. And after that, all you have to do is to punch in the C level that you find out from your teacher. So let's say we're using 10,750. And if that's the case, you need to type minus 10,750. Okay, now you have to add the minus. The reason why you add the minus is to let ArchiCAD know, right, this is actually the lowest level, and then I want ArchiCAD to measure everything up based on this figure here. So negative 10,750 is what I'm using right now. So after this, you just hit OK. So that's it, done. Now the next thing you will need to do is to use the level dimension tool to get the RL level show up on the floor plan. Now before I even do this, I would suggest people to bring out an additional palette, and it's hidden under window, and then in here you will see something palettes, and then in here you will find something called coordinates. So I'm just going to click on coordinates, and then you will have this coordinates palette. Now, by default, most of the time, ArchiCAD will give you the compact version, which is the shorter version. But if you prefer to have the extended version, all you have to do is to simply hover your cursor right on top of this palette here, and then you go right click, and in the shortcut menu, you will find something like extended coordinate box. So if you click on that, see now you have the full version. So what is so important with this palette? Now, what is important is this one here, the gravity. Now, I'll explain to you what does it mean and how do you use it. Now, notice that the first gravity here is now being turned on as a default setting. Now, this gravity with a stroke means I just want to get the level. I don't care whether it's been created by a slab or a roof or a mesh or anything like that. I just want to get the measurement straight away. Now, to be honest with you, I would never do that unless it's something, for fun. Every time when you do working drawings, you have to understand what gravity are you trying to pick up. Now, for example, this is my ground floor plan, and I've got slab over here, and we have set up the slab to sit at the right level at the right height. So now ArchiCAD will reward you when it comes to documentation. So to do this, first of all, you need to make sure you click on the level dimension tool, and after that, you have to choose the right gravity option. Now, just to let you know, the first one here is something that ArchiCAD will pick up from anything that was created by a slab tool. The second one here is ArchiCAD will be focusing on anything that was created by the roof tool. The third one is ArchiCAD will be focusing on anything that was created by a mesh object. And the last one is the shell. Now, because I have a slab over here and I want ArchiCAD to pick up the gravity for the slab and just the slab and nothing else, then I will have to choose this option here. And after this, before I even insert my level dimension tool on my slab, I just want to walk you through what settings is available up here for the level dimension. Now, this here allows you to choose the marker style, but again, I do not want to choose anything that is looking a bit too fancy because I would rather stick with something that's familiar um, out there in the workforce, such as the first option here. This is the best one to use. And then after that, it gives you the option to change the font size, the font type, um, the size of the marker, so on and so forth. Now, to use this, all you have to do now is to do a single click over here. And as you can see right now, it's giving me 0. So basically, this is referring to my physical height that I set up in my stories. Now, how do I convert this into the proper RL level? So to do that, all you have to do is to click on the text box like so, and then you go up to the top menu and you look for measured value. Now, next to measured value, there is this little button here. So click on it and then you choose custom text. Now, when I say switch to custom text, I don't mean, and I'm not asking you to type the numbers in manually, and you should never do that. Especially in ArchiCAD, there's an automatic feature that will help you to calculate the levels at all times. However, I'm going to clear the automatic text in here, and then you will have another button over here. Now, if I click on this, right, now it's been divided into two sections. The bottom here are basically the name, okay, the abbreviation. So as you can see, previously we set up the levels in here. So we have Project 0, RL, second reference level, C level, this and that. So if I want to use the name RL, all you have to do is to click that, and it will show up as RL. And after this, I'm going to click on this button one more time, and this time I want to get the measurement of the RL. So if I click on that, see, it's giving me 10.750. Okay, that's it. That's how you create your level dimensioning. Now, if I move up to my first floor, and if I do another one, level dimension tool, choose the slab gravity. If I click here, it's gonna give me the physical height first, and after that you will have to click on this text box, go up to the info box, look for measured value, click on this little button, switch it to custom text, clear the automatic text in there, click on the second button here, choose RL, and then click on this button again, and then you click to RL. See that? So this way you don't have to guess, and you should never guess anyway. So everything is pretty much done for you. So if you would like to move this around and place it somewhere else, you just have to remember you have to click on the marker itself and then Control D and drag it and place it where you would like it to be. Okay, done.